your bag as we show you another travel destination on Long Island.
My husband decided it should be called the Bend in the Road because that's where we are. We're at the bend in the road. The road bends in a almost right angle, just at our mailbox. We began to run a B&B for people with their dogs, and became successful very quickly because people are always looking for a nice place to come with their dogs. And the garden is, fenced in. There's a chain link fence behind all the greenery. You can't even see it, but it's completely safe for dogs. And we built dog-friendly steps into the pool, so dogs who fall in inadvertently can get out, and also dogs who want to get in can get in gracefully without having to belly flop. We just wanted people to be able to have a really nice, lovely place to come, felt like home. Most of our guests come from either Europe or way out of town, like California or New York City, and they're just really happy to be here. So, and I've always had the most wonderful guests, just lovely, lovely people. I don't know why, we just are very lucky that way. We have 2 rooms for the guests, and they're separated by a common room, which is a living room and has a fireplace. This room is named for lack of any kind of imaginative effort that I could possibly make. It's named the Tropical Room. Terrible name, probably because of this completely genuine plastic tree. And I really am in love with Africa and wild animals. And so I have animal prints all over, and I have a big wild cat over there that I got from the Animal Rescue Fund thrift shop. So that's why it's called the Tropical Room. If somebody can come up with a better name, I'm open to it. It's a really big room. Most bed and breakfasts don't have rooms even half this size. And it has a couch that's the size of a single bed. So in addition to the king-size bed, it can sleep a third person. It's really good for people with children. Now we're in the living room, which is the common room between the 2 guest rooms. There's a fireplace, which is very cozy to sit at in the winter. We do popcorn in there, and we do mulled cider, and everybody sits around and talks. And this is a room where a lot of art is displayed, including my mother's photographs and pottery, and a lot of pottery that has been given to me by my students. Well, this dining room was my engagement ring. My husband asked me if I wanted a diamond, and I said, "Are you kidding? Well, will I wear it to the IGA?" I said I would like to have a nice dining room, so he built an addition to the house. This is where very often guests will come for breakfast. Most of the time they like to eat outside by the pool or in the living room or in their own rooms, but sometimes we come in here and have breakfast. It's got a lot of antiques and a lot of pottery. In here is mostly mine, and also quite a few things by my mother and my students. This is called the Ivy Room, and the reason for that is because it's covered with ivy. And the inspiration for that was that outside the window, the ivy grows up on the wall, and sometimes it grows right across the windows. So I wanted the room to look like an ivy bower, like you were kind of outside, even though you were inside. Well, the best thing about the room, really, is the window seat. Especially on rainy days, it's really lovely to sit in the window seat and read. In the afternoon, the sun comes streaming in here across the bed, which is really lovely in the winter because it's so warm, and the sun feels so loving in this room. I moved out here 33 years ago, and my mom bought me a beautiful big kiln. And my husband turned over his beautifully finished basement, and he turned it over to me to become a big, messy, huge pottery studio. It's a great place to come and do this because if you want to paint, you can do that anywhere. You can do that in your own house. But if you want to get involved with clay, you really need a big studio, a studio that's equipped for it. And most houses don't have that. So it's been a source of great pleasure for a lot of people. They come and they bring their own pots that they've bisqued, and we glaze them and fire them here. My weekend guests from the city really love to do that because it takes, you have to glaze the first day and wait for it to dry and then fire the second day. And this is all outdoor firing. It's a lot of fun, especially for city people who can't do that there. A lot of the trees were already here. They were just, you couldn't see them. They were just completely covered by mugwort. My friend Susan from Montauk came and looked, and she said, "Oh, Carolyn, you've created Central Park," because that's where I grew up, in Central Park. I always ran away from home and ended up in Central Park. So it's more like a park than a garden. And I don't grow flowers. I just grow everything green. Some of the perennials do have flowers, at a certain time of the year, but that's not why I want them. It's just a lovely, peaceful place. And I tell everybody they're more than welcome. And if they don't have a dog, they still have time to go adopt one before they get here.